Yellowstone is a huge powerhouse that keeps expanding with new shows. We just heard that there will be a new sequel series titled The Madison, which is exciting. However, there is one more highly anticipated release within the franchise that is even more exciting: 1923 Season 2. Yellowstone might be the show that introduced us to the Duttons and the political and social dynamics in Montana. 1883 might be the show that showcased the humble beginnings of the family through a journey towards Montana. However, 1923 has been the one that confirmed that this franchise is here to stay and has millions of stories to tell that span through decades and spread across the globe. Naturally, fans like me adored it, thinking that this show is the best thing that came out of the Yellowstone universe, while simultaneously hating the fact that there has been only a single season of the show with just 8 episodes. And this is exactly why we need the second season of the series as soon as possible. Honestly, this recent trend of shows giving you just 8 episodes and keeping you waiting for 2 years is ridiculous, to say the least. Yes, I'm also talking about you, House of the Dragon. This needs to stop. Anyway, here's the latest update on Season 2 of 1923. First of all, unlike many fans assume, Season 2 hasn't been cancelled. I know that it's been a very long time since the first season aired, like the second season was confirmed immediately after the show ended, and yet, still, it took almost a year until we got any news on the production of the second season. Thankfully, currently, the production for Season 2 is officially underway. The Austin Film Commission has confirmed that filming has kicked off and is expected to run until at least September. With cameras rolling, we can't start speculating on the release date. Judging by the previous season's timeline, I'm guessing Season 2 will premiere in early 2025, even though Sheridan was aiming to release the second season exactly 100 years after the series timeline in 2023. I mean, I always say that Taylor Sheridan shoots himself in the foot with these titles, but tell me what you think of them. Do you think it is smart to title the shows with these dates, or is it just ridiculous? To his credit though, Sheridan has previously mentioned that this is his most expensive series yet, with each episode filmed like a standalone movie. The high production values, breathtaking cinematography, and authentic set designs make it visually stunning, yes, but also it makes it very difficult to film in a short span of time. Plus, the show is filmed across various global locations, which adds to the time required. So we can likely expect 1923 Season 2 to drop right after the final season of Yellowstone, which will air on November 10th. This means that we can expect the show to be out probably around January 2025, and if we're lucky, a trailer should hit in December 2024. What about the cast though? Well, unfortunately, during this hiatus, the show had to witness a big tragedy as one of its young cast members, Cole Brinks Plenty, passed away. He was playing the part of Pete Plenty Clouds. The role was small but important as he was set out to be Tiona's love interest. Now, it is expected for his character to be written out. As for new faces, keep an eye out for Janet Montgomery, who plays Hillary, a character who fights against injustice, and Jennifer Carpenter from Dexter, who portrays Mamie Fawcett, a trailblazing US Deputy Marshal. As someone who recently started watching Dexter for the first time, those who follow my community posts will know, watching Jennifer in another show will be amazing. Plus, most of the original cast is expected to return for what's anticipated to be the final season of 1923. You all know that the show is already blessed with A-list names such as Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. The first season became so successful that it basically created brand new Hollywood stars such as Brandon Siklenar, who was starring as Spencer on the show. This is both good and bad news. It is good news because his popularity will only contribute to the show's popularity. It is bad news because he's very much busy with other projects now. For instance, he's currently on a press tour for his brand new movie with Blake Lively, It Ends With Us. You must have heard about all the drama surrounding this movie. Anyway, these occupations worry a lot of fans as they might interrupt the filming process of Season 2. After all, even though we loved all the storylines, the love story of Spencer and Alexandra was the one that kept us on edge throughout the series, so we need Brandon on set. In Season 1 of 1923, Alexandra and Spencer Dutton's love story begins in Africa. Alexandra, a British woman fleeing a restrictive life and an unwanted engagement, crosses paths with Spencer, the younger Dutton brother who's hunting wild animals to escape the trauma of World War I. Their connection is instant, and they quickly fall into a passionate romance. But when Spencer receives letters from his Aunt Kara, urging him to return to Montana to help his family, he decides to leave Africa with Alexandra. Their journey back is anything but smooth. Traveling by ship, they face numerous dangers and obstacles. After surviving the perilous trip, they encounter Alexandra's former fiancé and his family. Tragically, Spencer accidentally kills the former fiancé, leading to a heartbreaking separation from Alexandra. Raise your hand if you cried at the end of season 1. You can be sure I'm raising mine right now. This ending stuck with us for all this time, dying to find out what will happen to Alexandra and Spencer in the next season. Well, thankfully, we have some clues. You might remember Alexandra suffering from morning sickness on the ship. It is pretty certain that this sickness was because she was pregnant with Spencer's baby. You might also remember that Jack and Elizabeth were having problems with conceiving their own children. Now, if you're familiar with Sheridan's writing, you know that he does not write any coincidences. He always has a purpose in mind when writing these plots. We also know that Jack is the grandfather of John Dutton, so somehow Jack becomes a father. How do you think that happens? Well, of course, he adopts Spencer and Alexandra's baby. Why? Because of the true nature of any Sheridan show, 1923 will also end with a big tragedy that will witness both Spencer and Alexandra losing their lives. At least, this is the strongest theory that most fans subscribe to. Alexandra's family will hunt down her to Montana and kill her and Spencer to supposedly reclaim their so-called honor. What a tragedy. Do you think this is how the story will eventually wrap up, or is there still hope for Spencer and Alexandra? What's next then? Will there be a third season to look forward to? No. Taylor Sheridan has made it clear that he plans to wrap up 1923 with just 8 more episodes. This will conclude this chapter of the Dutton family story. He explained in a 2022 interview with Deadline that, unlike 1883, where he had the entire story planned out from the beginning, 1923 has been more of an evolving journey for him. He shared that he had to make a call to the network saying, "I need more episodes to finish the story. I can't do it justice in just 2 episodes, so I'm gonna do it in 2 blocks, 8 episodes each." So season 2 of 1923 will be the very last season of the series. Good to know, I guess. If you want to learn more about the Yellowstone universe, watch this video.